Superman Unchained number 2, written by Scott Snyder, art by Jim Lee, and the backup is Dustin Nguyen. So we open up with Lex Luthor, who somehow in this high security prison has built a scale replica of Metropolis, and it has his solar powered tree thing in the middle, and he's recording his little monologue of how fantastic it'll be on a camcorder. And then that's just done. So then we go to Dubai, and apparently the Spire, I think it's called the Shard, whatever it's called, the really tall building in Dubai, it is falling. It is collapsing because apparently there is a giant construction mech that was brought into the building or into the city that went haywire because of the terrorist group Ascension and just started destroying the building. And it's literally falling over, and Superman's counting down the seconds he has to deal with it. And the first 12 pages of this book are him just counting down from 20 seconds and how fast his mind's going trying to come up with a solution for this. And he's just like, okay, I could heat vision the steel and then freeze it again. He's like, no, that would kill everybody inside. Okay, I could super breath, blow it back up into place. Now that would still kill a ton of people, but I am running out of options here as the seconds just tick by and this mech is still attacking him the whole time. So finally he gets thrown into the nearby sea, ocean, whatever it is, and he's like, crap, I got 5 seconds left. What am I supposed to do? And then he realizes oh wait, the water. And so he uses his speed to create a water spout and basically floods the underside of where the tower is going to fall to and freezes it to become a safe landing of ice, which I still think a lot of people probably died, but don't seem to think so in the case of the book. So at that point, Superman's able to redirect his attention to the robot. He just straight up bullets inside of it and then rips it open from the inside. And he's like, all right, that was annoying. Anyway, got other stuff to do. So at that point, he makes his way to the Batcave, this time as Clark, and Batman's around and he's like, hey, use your supervision and try to see me. And he's like, what are you doing, Bruce? And he's like, no, just do it. Just do it. And so he uses his supervision. He's like, all right, Bruce, I can't see you. And then Batman turns off some sort of cloaking thing. And he's like, yeah, right. It's a totally new suit available now as an action figure. It makes it so that you can't see me because it detects whatever wavelength you're looking at and then switches to another one. And he's like, awesome. Can you tell me the things that I was asking you about? And he's like, yeah, okay. 2 things. 1, there's currently a video circulating online being put out by the terrorist group Ascension. It had a virus in it that shut down the power to any TV station that played it. Cyborg just dealt with that. It was kind of a stupid prank, but regardless, they keep on talking about technology and such, and they're using a battle hymn, so it sounds like they're going to war with technology. I don't know, something like that. Regardless, the bigger thing you asked about, that handprint that was on the submarine that you saw, I did some analyzing. It is from a being like you. He is solar powered, but he takes in more solar power than you do, so he's actually probably stronger than you. And Superman's like, okay, and that doesn't freak you out? And he's just like, yeah, it freaks me out that there's someone stronger than you. That's an issue. But he seems to be on the side of helping. He was the one who got the sub, so seems like he's cool. So let's not, look a gift horse in the mouth, especially when we're still dealing with Ascension. So Superman leaves. He gets a call from Lois Lane saying hey, how come you haven't written an article about Superman saving Dubai or whatever? And he's like, yeah, I'm working on it. I got busy with other stuff. And he's like, okay, well, I'm flying out to this guy from last issue who washed up dead and has only been repeating my name over and over. So I got to go see what in the hell that's about. And just yeah, cool. Sounds great. So at that point, Superman flies out to a Utah desert, which they're saying something here as to why he's going there. He's looking for Sam Lane. He's looking for Lois's dad because Lois says that he's stationed somewhere out in the Utah desert. So he flies his way out there and immediately his super hearing picks up Sam Lane talking. And he's like, oh, what's that on the horizon? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Nah, I know it's you, Superman. I know you can hear me. Anyway, just use your x-ray vision. I'm waving to you. And he does. And he sees Sam Lane just be like, hey, buddy. So Superman lands and he's like, hey, General Lane, what's underneath the desert? And he's like, wow, you just don't waste any time, do you? So he goes through this whole thing about a story read to Lois and blah, blah, blah. But the big point being is that he presses a button and the desert opens up and out pops all of these heavy machinery. And he's like, all right, you're going to love this. All of these are outfitted with like black hole guns specifically made to be able to take you down. We've also got like sonic weapons and other stuff. It's so cool. And Superman's like, okay, here's the thing. I saw a handprint on the sub. I'm guessing that has something to do with you. Your men that I've already questioned have been lying to me. So how about you tell me the truth? And he's like, no, not going to do that. And in 3 seconds, all my men are going to fire. So you better listen up. And Superman seemingly like gets a bit angry. He takes a step towards the general. And then everyone starts unloading because they think he's about to attack. And Sam's like, no, don't attack. Who said it? All right, whatever, fine. Just make sure this first shot kills him, or at least takes him out. So looks like it's actually doing some pretty heavy damage and is making him lose control of his powers. So his heat vision starts firing up. But then all of a sudden, this big old hefty dude lands right in front of Superman and blocks all the weapons. And he's like, all right, that's enough. I'm gonna deal with Superman. I've been waiting for this. So then we cut over to the guy Lois is going to see. She's talking to a doctor who's like, oh, yeah, no, we have no idea why this guy's, how he's even alive. We don't even know how he lost his eyes. But regardless, he keeps on saying your name. Also, he had this really weird thing with him. And Lois is saying, what really weird thing? But all of a sudden, her call is interrupted by Ascension, who is like, hey, Lois, we don't like what you do. And therefore, we're going to murder you. We're going to cut the power to your plane in 3, 2, 1, bye. And then they do, and Lois's plane is seemingly doomed to crash. Last page is here. We get the warden telling Lex Luthor to put away all of his stuff, and Lex has apparently barricaded himself so the warden can't get in. So warden's trying to bust through the door. He uses some knockout gas to take out Lex. But turns out that this dude inside the room isn't actually Lex. It's just a lookalike, and he's managed to put the lookalike inside of a mech and control him manually. And so Lex Luthor busts through a wall and says, beep, beep, out of the way. It's time for me to save the day. So that's that. And then the epilogue, very briefly, is Batman just kind of monologuing, saying, you know, Superman, I know you don't like it when I have these weapons that are designed to, quote unquote, take you out. However, every time I go to destroy them, now that I know that you're a decent person, I always think that you would want me to keep them just in case someone like you or you yourself goes evil. So I keep them. And then Batman just shows that he keeps the thing. And then we also see that the dude that Lois is going to see apparently does have eyes. And he opens up a lockbox, and inside is this glowing crystal thing. And that's the thing that Batman like overlaps and says like, oh, the threat of power without limits, power that can't be controlled. So I'm sure that's going to be somehow threatening. It's solid. It's just forwarding what happened last issue. It's giving us the characters and the players. We get to see this big hulking solar battery guy that's stronger than Superman. I'm up for it. I think it's a nice reveal. This kind of just feels like continuing the plots. It doesn't really feel like any super new threats are being thrown out here. Gotta say, the new bat suit, for the sake of an act, like a single issue here, not even an issue, it's like one page where they just show it off. Unless it's going to come back into play in a big way in this book, feels very unnecessary and actually just like pandering for an action figure. So beyond that, I mean, the issue overall, I'd say it's a solid, I'd say 7.5. I enjoyed it. I really do think it's good. It's just continuation of the first stuff. It's not really introducing anything big or bombastic yet, but still solid throughout.